Hi there, so it's Mark Carlson here. Today's video, what must you do to get your act together? And when you know you need to get your act together, things are not just working, right? So when I say get your act together, that means that you know where you're going. Everything's centered inside and everything's right for you to go forward, right? When you're all over the place and you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing or what you should do first, then you need to get your act together. You know what you're like when you know you need to get your act together. So what is the most important thing that you must do to get your act together? It is that you must give yourself some quality time each day. You must come back from all of the madness of life and just stop. Now, you can go and meditate if you want, but if meditation is too difficult for you or you don't want to do meditation, then give yourself half an hour at least where you stop and you just write a little bit about yourself. It's a great act. So you're looking at yourself. You're bringing your attention inside and you're looking at yourself and what life means for you right now. What's working, what's not. So refrain from self-judgment. That doesn't help anything, right? When you need to get your act together, and if you judge yourself for that harshly, you won't get your act together because you're in judgment of self. So there's a huge conflict of energies going on inside of you. There's a power struggle going on inside of you. There's the part of you that can get your act together, and there's a part of you that isn't getting your act together, and they fight each other when you follow the judgment. So you take the judgment off and you stop and say, let me calm down. Let me bring myself to the moment. Let me just let it all go for a moment and have a look at me. If things were working, what would I be doing? What would I like to do? What's actually going on? What am I thinking? What am I feeling? I like to write it. I like to write it down because it slows me right down. You see, when you write and using a pen and paper, you slow right down. Your thought system has to slow right down for you to get the words out. So don't try and rush this process and do it every day. So you're giving yourself some quality time where you're learning to understand yourself better. So if you're not getting your act together, you're out of balance, right? Some area of your life's out of balance and he's going mad. Right? You're not in control of him, meaning the mind. The masculine part of us is the mind. The feminine part of us is the heart. And this is the part that's been trained to be the way we are, to fit into society. And he's going mad. If you're not getting your act together, he's got all of this stuff going on. So you've got to come away from him. You must pull your attention away from him and you pull it to where she's going on, which is in the moment, and you rest. You let it all go and say, okay, I don't know what to do. So right now, let me just let everything go. And if you can get yourself into nature, that also helps. Remember, because forests and the sea give off an abundance of negative ions, which calms us down. So if you can get into the forest, get into nature, or get by the sea, it'll calm you right down. Get your feet in the ground. Or if you can't do that, then just calm down, give yourself some time, and do this daily so you've got 20 to 30 minutes a day where you let everything go and you rest. If you can meditate, then that's so good because you're learning to pull your attention from your thinking. If you've never meditated, just start with 5 minutes where you're watching yourself in the moment. But spend some time where it's just you time. Just you. It doesn't matter when you do it each day, but it's just you and you're looking at what's going on. Now, as you do that, as you direct your attention in, the inner part of you will communicate to you and everything will become apparent. Everything will open little bit by little bit and you'll get a bit of clarity and you'll feel centered. And that's what we need when we need to get our act together. We need to feel centered. We need to feel that we're in that resting place, okay? So this is what you've got to do. You center yourself. You give you some you time. Very important. Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this. And I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you so much.